Hey everybody, this is Pam with Trusting Your Process, coming on with another video. And I was sitting here trying to overcome, I had an overwhelming feeling of dread. And I decided, nope, I'm not going to get caught up in that. So I had two videos that I had filmed on a trip that I went to Augusta to visit my sisters, and another one after that with me at the lake. So I decided to be productive and start uploading those videos over to my iMac because I ran out of space on my cell phone. So I thought I would make a video about how I'm feeling, because I feel that that's important, especially with what I am trying to document on my channel. And I'm wondering if it has anything to do with the eclipse, anything to do with, I don't know if you guys have felt this or not, but since the time has changed, and this eclipse thing, I've been more tired. At first I thought, well, maybe you know how the time changes and you just feel like just sleepy all the time or whatever until your body adjusts. But there's something different. I don't know what it is. You tell me if you've been feeling it too, but there's just something different. I know for me, I'm starting to experience more anxiety and fear over life choices that I'm making. I really feel like with the leave of absence that I took and me gearing towards not going back to that job because it's just too much, that is causing more anxiety. One, because I feel like I'm really having to step out on faith. I'm so used to trying to control the outcome, and not being able to control the outcome, and stepping in a way that it feels I have no ground, is a little nerve-wracking for me. But that's what it's all about, right? That is what it's all about. Like, I either gotta, what am I trying to say? I either have to do my business or get off the pot. I'm trying to say that without sounding gross, but I'm really, really, really feeling the nerves of trusting my process. And that's the name of my channel, right? Trusting the process. So much so that I'm noticing it's like forming a muscle. It's like forming a muscle and developing this trust without interfering with the process. I wanted to document this. I'm not even sure if I'm going to post it, but I wanted to document it because I think it's so important to point out that it's not all roses and strawberries, right? It's like you are really, or I am really noticing that this process is really scary, but I'm moving through it. I'm determined not to let it set me back. I'll give you an example. So one of my processes here is to not go back to the traditional working for somebody, because that has been always the safe way for me to go, even though I sacrifice my mental stability when I'm working for somebody else. But what else do you do, right? So I was looking at somebody's video. It was actually Stephanie Perry had two psychiatrists or psychologists on, and they were talking about specifically about Black women staying in a toxic environment at work. But I think that that is very prevalent in our community, and anybody who can relate to staying on a job even though it is horrible, um, because you are afraid of what else would I do? And I feel like that has happened over and over in my life. And at this point, my spirit is not allowing me to continue that way. However, what else do I do? Right? So I'm at a point where I am. Oh, let me finish. So I decided that I was going to take that leave of absence. I've also decided that I'm not going back to that job. And part of that was I don't want to work for somebody else. I don't want to go back to a traditional corporate setting. However, while on this leave of absence, having the freedom of doing the gig work and just having that um, sustain me or bridge the gap a little bit, um, it is also, I'm also realizing that I may want to go back to work, and I'm checking in with myself to say, is that fear talking? Is that I just want to be safe talking? So one of my son-in-law's father called me and told me that he had asked me for my resume last year sometime, and nothing had came of it. But he called me the other day and said, "Hey, somebody's leaving. I'm submitting your resume," just out of the blue. And immediately I start feeling, oh, so maybe the comfort of going back to what I know. Ooh, maybe I'll take this opportunity to have that paycheck come in. And then I started thinking, well, if I do that, is that just going back to safe? And that's what happened with this last job. I was supposed to be building other things for myself, and I got complacent. So that's where I'm at now. If that job comes through, do I go through with it, or I trust my process? And I firmly feel that, and I'm scared shitless, that I should not take that job, and that I should just allow and surrender to see what is in store with what I'm trying to build. I feel like in order for me to be able to help other people find their passion, maybe their purpose, I have to walk the walk and talk the talk. And this has been something that has been coming up over and over since I started my channel for the last 4.5 years. And it has taken me to this point to now say, is either you do this or you go back. Now, I also know that I'm allowing myself grace. My documentation on my channel is to allow my viewers and my audience to see me just kind of going through life trying to figure it out. And part of that figuring it out is trusting my process. And so that's where I'm at now. I feel like I'm rambling, but this is how I sort through my process. I speak to you guys on my channel. It's kind of like I talk it out to the universe so that I can see. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Does it make any sense to you, what I'm saying? Either or, as always, I will keep you posted. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Until next time, remember who loves you.